Hey, how's it going, Brendan?
Going pretty good, bro. Just over here chilling, trying to enjoy this LA sun. Maybe get a coffee. Maybe walk by a celebrity on the lot. I don't know. You never know what's going to happen.
I love that. Who's been like? Have you been starstruck?
Not exactly starstruck, but kind of like star like confused. Like for instance, I've said the story like in a few podcasts. So like, there's my exec mentor. He works across the lot, and I was outside of his building, and there's this dude by a Escalade with like clearly like has personal security or what have you. This short bald guy, and I'm like, there's no way that's Vin Diesel. And I'm getting closer to him, and he's wearing a Fast Nine jacket. I'm like, there's no way this has been Diesel outside the Universal Studio executive office with a Fast Nine jacket. And then I walk by, and he's like, "Oh, I was up." I was like, okay, why is Vin Diesel wearing a Fast Nine jacket at Universal? Like people don't know who he is. So that was like really confusing. I'm like, it's cool. I got to walk by him, but it's also like, bro, what are you doing? Like, that's like when who was
Like
it,
Jordan
Neo
walking
or
with a Jordan jersey on?
yeah, it's like when Neo went into like a grocery store to see if anyone would recognize him or something like that. Like, what are you? You don't need this attention, bro. You
Hey,
good?
man. Maybe you do. You don't know what's going on in their life.
That's
You
true.
know.
If you had a bad day at home, it's like, let me go to Universal a lot so people can treat me like a god.
You know. I yeah, that's not a bad superpower. Just know, like,
Yeah.
if you're having a bad day, you could throw on a jacket
Mm.
and drive a
Yeah.
car, and everyone will recognize you. You know, and like
Yeah.
make you feel good.
Yeah.
I ain't
I,
mad at that.
I was starstruck though at the AFCA Awards, the African American Film Critics Association Awards,
Yeah,
because that was black royalty. Like I'm in the room walking by Ryan Coogler, Angela Bassett, Gina Prince Bythewood. You got Megan Good in
yeah.
there. You know what I mean? And I was just like, oh lordy. You got Viola Davis. I was on stage with Viola Davis. That was incredible.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Hell yeah.
And the homie Roy Wood Jr. was hosting. It was a fun night.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I
Metal.
that that's like trippy to me in general. That like I'm getting more comfortable with the idea of it, but that
Mm,
like people that I genuinely know are becoming famous and are being viewed as such, like black royalty and like uh much deserved. It's just like I also like I also had cheese doodles today. Like, I don't know if that should go in. Like,
yeah.
that shit messes me up. They're like, I had like off brand chips and I have famous friends. And that reality is happening at once, you know?
It's
That
weird. It's yeah.
it's very jarring. Um, and like it makes me wonder because like I know like I met a comic last week who I was hanging, the barbershop show in Brooklyn in the city.
And yeah, in
Uh
Manhattan, like on like the east side, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
at the owner's shop. I'm hanging outside waiting for my spot at the barbershop show, and this guy comes over and he's like introducing himself. He's like, "Yeah, I've been doing comedy 4 years. I just moved here from like some middle America state that I
Okay.
never remember." And like he's like, "Yo," he's saying what's up to everybody, and he says what's up to me, and I'm like, "Yo, what's up? My name's Gastor." And he's like, "Almonte," and I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yo, you're why I moved to New York." You're like, I love
Oh
your comedy.
wow.
And like it hit me that like, A, I said, thank you, I appreciate it. B, like, I'm like, that like I'm gonna take the J train like right after this. Like,
Yep,
like my
yep.
life is very regular. And like I wonder when that transition happens of A, like you clearly aren't regular anymore. And I don't know when that
Yeah.
is. Like, I definitely know that I still am regular. I know there's people that, but I've maybe over the last 2 years started to acknowledge that there's people in comedy that would like to be where I am now. Like, I have done some stuff, and I think that's
Yeah.
cool. Like, I have to be appreciative of what the game's given me and what the audience is giving me. But I also know I want other things, and I have people I look up to, and like the people that I know that are doing well, they're all people that I also know are regular people. Like I thankfully I have to. That's something I've noticed also that like none of the assholes have made it yet, at least from my group. Like I feel like
Mm.
the people that I've been rooting for have been doing well, and I know they're genuine people. But in turn, I wonder if they have this feeling of like, like, oh, I'm still doing regular, like, and like they just have like I still got the image in my head of them being superstars.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely am working. Like, I would love to get to a place where like people know my work and all that stuff, but I don't want to get to a place where like I can't like go to the grocery store. Like one of my
Yeah,
favorite things to do is like go to a grocery store and just bullshit for like 45 minutes, taking my time getting stuff. But I don't want to do it with my wife. My wife takes a little bit too long for me. Like I like to be in the music, like listen to music and vibing and just like having fun, right? Um, but same thing happened to me with Drunk Black History. Like some people from my movie podcast came through. They're like, "Yo, I've been a fan of you. Like, you're so funny. You're so weird, and you like embrace it." And I'm like, like same thing. Like, I'm taking a train or maybe an Uber if I'm feeling fancy home. Like,
yeah,
I'm not stunned or anything. But at the same time, like, I have a day job. Like, I'm not a full time artist yet. Like, I am
yeah,
right now, but I have to go back to corporate America because I got a mortgage to pay. You know what I mean? But
right.
it's dope that people are like inspired by the work that we do and how we come about it. And knowing all the work we put in to this point and how much work we know we're going to have to continue putting in. Because for me, like, I felt like I was that asshole for a long time because I had a hard time like having confidence in myself. And so what I would do is like instead of you telling me I suck, I'm gonna act like I suck, and also like we all suck. So I'm gonna be like a dick,
Right, right,
right?
right.
And I've like that's the benefit of therapy. Like you talk through a lot of these feelings of why you lash out and stuff like that. And it turned out that I had like a lot of personal stuff going on that impacted my confidence and gave me a lot of imposter syndrome that make me lash out or like
Mm,
not be the most approachable person, right? And so like being able to like take that feedback, take that like those accolades and compliments has
yeah,
really put me in a better place as an artist and really made me be like, oh, I'm working towards something. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like it's not, so like I hope that you feel like you're working towards something that you're proud of where you come from and where you're going. You know what I mean?
yeah. What I've come to tell myself is like, I'm in like the third paragraph of my wiki page. Like,
I think that's good. That's a good one. Yeah, yeah.
like
Uh,
when I read it from famous people, I'm like, oh, this was important that they went through this.
mhm,
But I'm sure like when they were in that point, they also didn't feel like stars or celebrities yet. But if I
mhm.
don't go through that, I can't get to the thing that I want to do and create. So I got to go through the
Yeah.
trenches. But paragraph 3 matters. You can't continue the story without it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hell
And
yeah,
like, and the thing is, like, I think you have to keep living, right? You can't just like do one thing, especially I feel like in comedy. And comedy and writing, you can't just like do this one thing and that's it. And like the creative juices will constantly be coming. Like you have to live life. You have to meet people. You have to talk to people. You have to have experiences. So you have things to pull from in your writing and in your comedy.
yeah,
Otherwise, it's just jokey, jokey, joke. And if there's nothing a little bit deeper behind that, then people eventually are going to go to the other person that can give them a little bit more or like do what you do, but maybe even better. Because there's always going to be
yeah.
someone that's like trying to do better than you. You know
As
what I
it
mean?
should be. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah. Now you can't feed people broth. Not forever. It don't
Yeah.
work.
We
I
ain't
had,
all Gwyneth Paltrow. You know what I mean? Need some sustenance.
I will say like you said like something there that like I want to be able to go to the store. I had the most joyous store experience this week.
Okay.
Um, I went to the corner store and like I'd heard rumors of it. I'd seen pictures, but I finally got to try Arizona's hard teas. So
Oh,
like how
interesting.
Arizona got like iced tea,
Yeah,
green
yeah, of
tea, peach
course.
tea, all three of those I got hard with liquor, 5% alcohol. I was so hyped. Like I went to the counter, like, yo, this is real. And like they were like, yeah, bro, we got it in yesterday.
And they're
Bought out
99
the whole
cents?
nah, hell no. That'd be like a miracle upon miracles right there.
That'd be some rough liquor you about to drink. Stuff still 99 cents. You'd be like, what's in
Like,
here?
what's
Devil Spring vodka?
oh man. But yo, like They were solid.
Okay.
I was a big fan of the green tea, you know,
Mm,
and like I felt like I don't know why, but like it reminded me of like the Jay-Z 444 album, you know, like
okay.
in that like it's not great, but like I like that it's trying to grow up, you know,
Okay. I
and
appreciate that.
I appreciate it, you know, like I want rap to be like done by 50-year-olds, you know, because like I want to connect with it forever, and I like that Arizona was like, hey man, this tastes good, but this dude got real problems, you know. Sometimes he needs a little more than just juice and sugar, you know. And I thought that was beautiful, and I hope like in another 10 years they come up with like a one that allows me to drink out like a hard seltzer just because I'm a diabetic, you know, and so are their
Yep,
fans, you know. Think of us, we're aging with you, Arizona.
that's
I
true.
want to taste this, but like I need like you know stevia,
Mhm.
you know,
Or
but I still want the 5% alcohol. I want to keep aging with it. I hope it considers me as part of their demo. I'm with it. You know,
you
they dropped the 22 ounces on the regular cans so that they can keep the 99 cent last month.
oh damn.
Yeah, they gotta do what they gotta do. But the can is
Corporate
still,
profits.
yeah. I mean, they made. I think it's a minor miracle that like they pulled it off this long. It's been 99 cents. So it was 24 ounces when it came out. They dropped to 23 in the early 2000s. They down to 22. Still a big can, but it's still 99 cent. But they
Slowly
finally had to do it.
shrinking. Just the way
Yeah,
the airlines are shrinking the foot space,
yeah.
just slowly making it tighter.
Hey, but either way, I'm proud of their work. I appreciated this moment. I tried to hug the deli guy, but he wouldn't come around the counter. But like
Yeah, that's
I
not
told
sanitary.
yeah, I told everybody there though. Like, listen, man, this is a moment. Like, sincerely, you know. I shared it with my wife. I over explained it with
Yep.
pride to my kids who did not get why this was such a big deal. You know, I bought them regular cans so that they could like be a part of it. Like, hey, listen, this is different.
Communal experience.
Shockingly
I get
similar
you.
cans, by the way. So like that's gonna be a problem. But
Mm.
other
I
than
mean, but
that,
different prices though, so that helps
yeah,
at
very
least. So
different
like,
prices.
but I can see like teenagers trying to like do a switcheroo with like the bodega people and
Yeah,
trick them. Yeah.
definitely. I do like that. Like I could probably drink outside now without pressure. Like I could, like you know,
I mean, that was when things got a little dicey in New York when people had open container.
oh yeah,
At that point, like I was just like, oh, this ain't gonna be great.
I love that era, baby. You know, let's bring it back. It's the best part of quarantine. You know, open container season. We back. You know, I want to chill outside in these streets, a little happy. You know,
What's wild is New York City is the only place like because you can get alcohol at the bodega, but
mm-hmm.
you can't get alcohol at a grocery store. And like back in Michigan where I'm from, and out here in LA, you can get liquor and everything at a grocery store or a
Yeah, I've
pharmacy.
heard of this. That's wild
You
to
can
me.
just go in like to Walgreens and get fucked up. You can get your medicine for like your diabetes and heart, and then also get like some Johnny Walker, maybe a mixer. It's so like crazy and contradictory. It's wild out
Yeah, nah, I think that's too much power.
here. Mm-hmm.
We can't have
Yep.
that in New York. That's too much. I don't. I will say like if that was possible, I would actively own bodegas. I feel like it would change like my whole career
Yeah.
trajectory. I would have still been in the bodega business. All the money was in the beer and the delis, and now I have like liquor too. Nah, B,
Mm-hmm.
I would
Yep.
never leave. I'd be crushing it. I was killing it with the liquor store.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. And you know, I gotta look into that legally. I want to see why we can't do that because I want to do that now. I want to have that. I know because like all the my favorite bodegas in New York all run illegal bars. And like
Okay.
I don't
Interesting.
chill at the bar, but I like the environment that it creates, you know? Because basically it's like a bunch of people that like the bodega unofficially decides, hey, you can hang out here and drink all day and we'll just sell you beer at beer prices that aren't beer bar prices.
That's
And
wild.
it creates a whole vibe. Yeah, it's definitely not right. Like it's not the law, but it feels
Yeah.
good. I don't
Okay.
know. It creates fun gambling, you know. Uh I like betting on like sandwich speed being made. Uh like there's just weird like, you know, bets that like you can make. Uh I think I just like gambling is what I'm realizing now. Um but the alcohol environment creates a lot of fun in that. And it's only possible in this weird mix of bodega beer drinking.
That's wild, bro. Everything you just said the past minute and a half is completely insane.
Welcome to New York, baby. That's what we do.
Yeah, I'm just like I've never heard of that, but
No? Yo,
I've
next
never
time you
heard
come,
like I'm not going
to
with
New York,
you.
I'm gonna take
Who
there's
you
two of them within a block of my house. Where like you could just go to the corner store and just chill at the store and just actively drink beer at the store.
But do the bodegas smell decent? Like you know what I mean? Unless it's like the aroma is bacon, egg, and cheese, I'd be like, I don't want to be here for more than the 3 minutes I need to make a purchase.
Yeah, nah, like I think there's a point where like a bodega pivots from like smelling like food and smelling like uh like that cat like fucking smell where like they got like
Mm,
the litter their little litter box. And these definitely smell like food, you know? Like my
got
like
it.
the one that I'm thinking of right now, like they I would say they do half of their business selling like a full-on Dominican entree. Like I could get mofongo there. I could get like all of that. Like, and they got like the Hero bacon, egg, and cheese station. Plus, it just so happens to be a bodega.
Okay.
So like
And the
I
mofongo tastes good.
yeah, it's I'm 100% it's not healthy, but it
Yes,
tastes good.
but
Yeah,
okay, okay,
I'm with
fair
it.
enough.
Like I've had mango from there. Solid. Great way to start the day. My wife won't have it. She's like, nah, I don't trust my deli person to make my breakfast like that. And I
Yep.
get it. But she got different standards than me. I've worked in warehouses before. I've bought
Okay.
food off of trucks and shit.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
a deli sandwich, deli like mango isn't scaring me. I bought bacon, egg, and cheese from a dude who I've never seen like wash his hands and like he lived in that truck for like 12
Yep.
hours a day. I don't know how he does it. So,
Yep.
but something's happening.
When you worked at the warehouse, what did you do?
I was loading trucks.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, like this because
Yeah.
I used to work at UPS for a bit, and then on the there was like people that worked at UPS that they realized that's all they're gonna do, and they would find
Got it.
similar UPS like jobs off the books on the weekends. So I would do those on occasion that would pay really well. So like
Mm,
Saturday, Sunday, I'd go load a truck, and it would pay great, and then that company would disappear. And we just kind of knew like, oh, like, all right, this was a one-off or that was very illegal, but it paid great. And then you would just go back to having your union job. But like now you'd be part of the illegal truckload and rotation ring. And they would tell
okay.
you, hey, like we got a new company coming in. You want to come load trucks? You'd make like $300 a day loading trucks. It was great.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, like, say, when I was in high school, this kid I went to school with, he owned this company with his brother where they did mostly construction, but then they like got outsourced to like load boxes onto pallets, and then like they would ship out, right? And so like I spent my weekends loading up like Dora the Explorer like markers and stuff into boxes, and then wrapping up those boxes, putting them in the pallets, and it was like I was working for my friend and his older brother, like me and like a bunch of other kids that are like we were working for our friend. He's our boss. And then what made it crazier is that we had a student teacher. And then later on the summer, that dude started working for my friend. It was like, what kind of operation is this?
That's
Like it
awesome.
ended abruptly, but it was just like, what are we doing? Just spending
That's
hours
kind
in the
of why I
warehouse.
love that whole industry. And that like it's so like in and out. You never know when that company is
Yes.
going to disappear. Anyone
Yep.
can be the boss. And I'm blown away by what needs to be shipped.
Okay.
Like
Yeah. Yeah.
every time is just like the most random product. Like who needs 30,000 pineapples today? Like why is this all going to this one address?
Hmm.
And stuff
Yep.
like that. I just think it's fascinating. Yeah, I dig it. You know, I miss loading trucks. Hit me up if you got like any truck connects. It's a good workout.
Yep.
I feel like if if they heard I was loading pineapples and you were loading pallets of Dora, they wouldn't know which one of those are illegal. I feel like they're both very suspect jobs, and I think
Yes.
that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
every
wild that
time I've
like
worked at a trucking place, I felt like I was doing something wrong. And it wasn't always true, but it was true enough times that like I couldn't tell the difference anymore.
the space that we worked in, and it was very curious because like even my friend and his brother, like their friends work for them too. So we're all like in this warehouse loading up stuff. And we're like decent looking guys. We're all young. We're spending our summer in this weird ass warehouse. I was just like, this doesn't feel right. Like
Yo.
one dude literally looked like Freddie Prinze Jr. And I'm like, what are you doing here? Like,
You could model. You know this.
yeah, like why are you here with me? Why am I here?
The
Yeah.
weirdest mix of people end up in those places, man. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the best workout in the world, B. It's the last time I had a six
It is
pack. It was
good.
in a truck.
That's yeah.
Straight up. I'd do it again. Hit me up, B. Let's get into the news. Paris residents vote in favor of banning rental electric scooters. That's right. Residents of Paris have voted in favor of banning rental electric scooters from the French capital. Almost 90% of those who turned out on Sunday for the referendum organized by Paris's mayor voted for the ban. The turnout was very low, however, with only 7.46 of registered percent of registered voters casting ballots in one of the 203 polling stations. On September 1st, there will be no more rental scooters in Paris. This is a victory for local democracy, that said the Paris mayor and Hidalgo. The ban will come into force at the end of August when the city's scooter operators contract expire. A private owner of the e-scooter won't be affected. Gang, gang. Are you a fan of
That's
these things? Like
no.
LA has scooters like that, right?
Yeah, and they're nuts because they're big and people just leave them in the middle of the sidewalk. Like
Yeah,
they just abandon them and yeah, it's never it never seems like it's worth the problems that they pose. You know what I mean? It's like it's a lot different than City Bike, I would say. Because
yeah,
City Bike, you had to like station them, like the little hub spots or whatever they are. But like these scooters, people like literally like just tossing them into the street. They toss them into like parks and stuff. It's crazy.
yeah. I think that's the difference. Like, you need to have to park them. Like, being able to just leave them anywhere is wild.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yep,
and
and they're
all it would,
heavy too.
yeah. Is there like a way of like, is there any scooter thing that like requires parking? I can't think of any programs. Like any city I've been to, all the ones I know are like, to your point, they're just like random scooters abandoned.
They just abandoned it. Like whether it's LA, DC. I was in Lisbon. Same
Yeah,
thing. Like the scooters are just you just have to walk around them sometimes, and you're just like so you're just expecting someone to come by, swipe, and continue on.
yeah. No one got
Like
your
this.
day going on.
Yeah.
Uh-uh. And like for me, like I tried to problem solve it. Like maybe this should be only a small city thing. But like I went to like I was in Boise. They got that joint too, and
Mm.
like it all it did was make me think that like a kid got kidnapped over and over again, because it was just rare enough that like, oh
Yeah.
shit, why is this scooter here? You know. Whereas like in LA, it was like, oh, this is problematic that people are using scooters. Yeah, I can't think. I think there has to be like a parking thing for that to work. Otherwise, like you got to get rid of them. Yo, props to the people Paris, just like saying, yo, fuck this. We don't need this no more. You know, and
It's not worth the hassle.
yeah, nah, B. It creates too big of a problem in comparison to what it solved. Well done, yo. Props to y'all. No more scooters out there, gang, gang. We don't need that. It's not part of the brand. In other news, John Travolta's white Saturday Night Fever suit is up for auction. Fans of the Saturday
Mm.
Night Fever have a chance to grab a piece of pop culture history later this month when his suit comes up for auction. The monochromatic ensemble is expected to fetch up to $200,000 when it goes under the hammer as
Wow.
part of Hollywood classic and contemporary sale on in April 22nd and 23rd in California. The owner is currently TCM of Warner Brothers Discovery. Wow. Would you bid on
Wow.
this?
No, I mean, I if it was like the let's say it was like the vinyl album, like first edition, like signed by the Bee Gees and stuff, I might
Yeah.
consider it because that's my favorite album of all time, like soundtrack of all time. Like, I grew up listening to that soundtrack. My nana like would play it when we would drive to like Detroit, and like all that's like so. I
Oh,
have like
that's
a very
awesome.
soft spot in my heart for the soundtrack. The movie, on the other hand, is fucking nuts. It's a time capsule of of the '70s, but it's very gritty. It's essentially Disco 8 Mile, but with a lot more M bombs. Um, so I'm not like going to put a bid in for John Travolta's suit that he sweated through. I'm good. I'm good.
Is there any movie trivia or like any movie like a piece like that you would cop? I was trying to
Ooh,
think
that's a
of
good
that.
question.
Like, are there any like items that I would like to own? Like, the only one that like really and super like nerdy of me, but like I want to own one of the ooze canisters from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
Oh, that's cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
I
That's
think
a
that'd
good
be
one.
dope to have. Like, especially, and I don't know if which one I would want more. Like one of them glowing with the green stuff, or the cracked
Mm,
one that like
okay.
theoretically they came from. But I would love to have that.
Yeah, I think maybe the Elder Wand from Harry Potter.
Okay,
That'd be dope. Um, ooh,
yeah,
yeah,
that'd be
I think the
fire.
Elder Wand. Or I'm like a big Scream fan, and the newest one they had like this worn mask that's like worn by the OG killers. I
Yeah,
think that would be cool. That'd be a
hell
cool
yeah.
like memento to have. But the Elder Wand or like that would be dope.
Yo, we going I'm a so you can't tag this stuff on your Amazon list, but I want this. If there's a real generous fan out there, send that to me. Send it my way. Send that his way. Let's get these mask and ooze containers.
Mm,
I
yeah.
feel like the ooze containers should be. I feel I'm wondering which one would be more affordable, the mask or the ooze container.
Ooh, I think the mask just because it's so new.
Yeah,
The ooze container would be, especially if you want it from like the movie, that's
yeah,
gonna be
it's gonna be
that
bread.
would be a tough find, and so it's gonna be more expensive.
That's fair. Damn, I got
But
hype.
that's a really oh uh I mean this isn't really like a memento from a show like from a movie though, but like I remember like a few years ago when like the Kirsten Wiig Ghostbusters came out, they re-released Ecto Cooler, and I happened to get a
Oh,
bunch. I got like 50 of them from this event that I went to. That would be like if I could like have like patience to keep some of them because that stuff doesn't go bad. So
right.
if I had patience to just keep a package and then like on like let's say like I sell a feature script and I'm on a different level, that's when I crack those open. Like that would be fantastic.
Hey man, it's good to have dreams. I like that.
'90s baby.
That's what we're here for. Ecto cooler. I'm gonna add that to my Christmas list. I dig that. In other news, scientists identify a secret ingredient in Leonardo da Vinci's paintings. That's right. Uh,
Mm.
Also, I had to like remind myself not to say DiCaprio for some reason. I don't know why. It just felt wrong.
Yeah.
Old masters such as Leonardo da Vinci, Sandro Botticelli, I think that's how you say that, and Rembrandt may have used proteins, especially egg yolks, it turns out, in their oil paintings, according to a new study. Trace qualities of the protein residue have long been detected in classic oil paintings, but recently a new study sheds light on the technical knowledge of the old masters, most skilled European painters of the 16th through 18th century. And apparently, they were using egg yolks for a few reasons. One, it helped to change the aging process. It slowed it down. Oil paintings tended to shrivel up,
Yep.
and two, it helped to keep the oil painting colors from going dark earlier. So it allowed them to keep the bright pigment that they were trying to create with the painting for the life of the painting. But yeah, apparently egg yolks has been a beneficial addition to painting for years, and it's what's affected a lot of their work, and they're able to tell in particular with a lot of like pieces the amount of egg yolk and other protein they use based on the aging. So it's helped them with detecting how old the
Okay.
particular painting is. Crazy shit.
Look at old artists using science
You
to
know what I
preserve
mean?
their work. That's
Hell yeah.
okay.
I'm a fan of this. I think this is dope. I love hearing stories of like ingenuity. Like this is some like by any means art. I think that's fire. I would love to know who like came up with that first, because I feel like that's an argument. Like if my daughter was like, "I need these egg yolks for my painting," that's not going over well.
Yeah. You'd be like,
Like,
what?
I'm gonna need more information.
Well, especially considering how expensive eggs are these days. Yeah, I could see there being a little bit of debate about how many yolks we talking.
Like, and what you paying? I haven't liked the last 4 pictures. Is
Oh,
this an egg yolk
damn.
worthy painting? I gotta see what you're working on. Show me a rough draft first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's okay to hold them to a standard. They over here wasting egg
Show
yolks.
me your rough draft.
Gotta be raising Rembrandts only, okay? My kids are stars. Finally, LeBron James and Tiger Woods headline Forbes' 2023 list of newest sport billionaires. That's right.
Oh
Sports
wow.
World
Okay.
welcomed 12 new billionaires over the past year, including the Lakers star and the golf legend. Forbes' Matt Craig reported that James is now worth $1 billion. He is projected to earn $124.5 million in 2023 alone, from his contract and off-court endorsements. Woods' net worth reached 1.1 billion, and this is despite the fact that he recently turned down a offer of 800 million to sign with LIV Golf. I believe this makes LeBron the first like active major sports person with $1 billion, right? Like of the four major sports. I know Tiger Woods would technically still be an active athlete, but he's in individualized sport.
Yeah,
Um, but I can't
I
think of
guess
another
so.
athlete that's like playing in like baseball,
Yeah,
football.
because Jordan obviously has been out the game for a minute.
Yeah, and he definitely didn't hit the Billy while he was playing.
Yeah.
That's crazy, yo, to still be on the court and work for yo. That's love for the
I mean,
game,
but that's why he's still in the court, though. He's got a lot of things he got to fund. You know what I
yo.
mean? Like,
Damn, yo. I can't imagine giving a fuck about basketball after $1 billion.
well, that's the thing, though, right? It's like when you hear that, like for me, I'm like wondering how much of that is cash, liquid. You know what I mean? Like how much, how much is that is just like credit. You know what I mean? Like
Right,
because that's what you learn about a lot of like rich people. A lot of them have a lot of wealth because of various things that technically they can get credit for, like
right.
like that they can increase their credit limits and stuff like that that allow them to purchase more things and have more opportunities. It's
Yeah,
you find out very few people are actually like cash
yeah, yeah,
millionaires or billionaires.
yeah. I had this convo with my kid recently that like our house is worth $1 million, but I can't order Seamless today. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I ain't pay that bill yet. You gotta wait. I you will inherit a lot one day, but it will all be in this building.
yep.
But yeah, today like nah, I can do Wendy's only. You know, those are real talks. Yeah,
Okay,
I
still a good option.
yeah, I gave him a play. But I think that's dope. Like props to him, being able to get to that number.
Absolutely, yeah.
Love hearing about black excellence. Love hearing about a young athlete who had his head on straight economically. Um, just in general, I know
You love to
people
see
give him
it.
props as an athlete, but like he's legitimately like the ultimate success story to me. Um, Super like family oriented in terms of what he projects, master of
Mm.
his craft, and seems to be setting himself up to transition to do well afterward with other businesses, which is
Yeah,
dope.
I think his growth mindset is what I most admire about him. I'm not the biggest I don't I follow basketball, but like I'm not. I would be lying if I said like I'm a big LeBron fan or anything by any means. But
Yeah,
I do respect how much he's invested in not only different things like education and like film and providing accessibility and opportunities for people that look like us, but also he's trying to he's actively learning about these things. It's not just
yeah,
like paying lip service. It's like, no, I'm actually trying to educate myself, or I'm actually trying to be a good ally, or like use my platform in a meaningful way, even if it does give me backlash. Like that's what a lot of people say is the biggest difference between him and Jordan is that whereas Jordan was very much like, I'm corporate, like I'm never
word.
going to say anything publicly that's going to ruffle any feathers either side. LeBron's like, I don't give a fuck. Like I'm going to say like my truth, and sometimes that's pissed off people, but you know his game still can't be denied. So,
Word. And neither apparently his banking.
yep.
You know, you can say what you want to say and still make $1 billion. I think that's dope.
So,
You know,
yep.
there's a blueprint for us. You know,
Yep. And it's not just a white guy who's able to do that, which is
word
nice
up.
to see.
It's
Yeah.
awesome. You know, I'm glad white people can do that. I'm not like saying, yo, y'all shouldn't be
Yeah.
billionaires. I'm just saying I'm glad that other people can too. That's beautiful.
Hmm.
Hell yeah. You know, I like that. Yeah, that's a beautiful sentiment. We should be billionaires next, Brandon. I like that. Brandon,
I would love that. But you know what? Actually, you know what? I want to be a quiet millionaire
a
because I
quiet
feel like
millionaire.
I feel like a billion's too much pressure because people are gonna be like, "Well, you don't need $1 billion, bro. What are you gonna, you should give it to charity or like do all these things." Like people start telling you so much what to do with your money when you get
Yeah,
a certain amount of it. Whereas if I'm a quiet millionaire, that means like I'm able to take care of my family, but we're not going to flaunt it. We're not going to be like buying Aston Martins from like the 1960s and buying like these Bel Air mansions. We're going to be just living. We're going to know we're comfortable. We're going to know our family's taken care of. The mom-in-law and stuff like that might get like their own apartment that they can just chill. They don't have to worry about rent and stuff like that.
yeah.
But I think that's the sweet spot for me personally. It would
That's
be
fair.
a quiet millionaire.
I mean, admittedly, I'm never gonna be a billionaire. So I don't have to worry too
You
much
don't
about
know
this.
that.
If I did though, like I feel like I would do like the things I dream about are def wild. Like I def wanna like go on like go to like a street in East New York and be like, yo, all your mortgages are paid.
Oh wow,
Like
yeah,
I want to do something like that. Like, yeah, this whole pick an avenue, all y'all good, you know. Just send me the info, send me the bank info. It's paid off. I want to do something like that, you
yeah.
know?
That'd be that.
That'd be fire, you know? Yeah, I like and then like I wanna make like all East New York residents uh like executive producer of like a movie or something that I'm on. Like some shit like that. Like, yo,
Mm,
you're gonna get 37 cents off of this shit forever, you know? But it's
yeah.
yours. Yeah. I like that. Boom. Help me make my dreams come true. I want to be a billionaire. Help Brandon be a quiet millionaire,
I
aka a
wanna be
billionaire
a
that don't talk.
billionaire
We out here.
so fucking bad.
Yeah, baby. We could buy all the memorabilia we want. You know, I used to sing
Hmm.
that song, by the way, to my kid to go to sleep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, real talk. He used to cry every time my wife left the house when he was like a baby. And I couldn't get him to shut up. And then I started playing like music in the background, trying to like get him to hush. And when that came on, he quieted down completely. And I
Okay.
was like, oh shit, this is the magic. And I remember that because like 2 weeks later, after having made this discovery and leveraging it, it was his baptism and he was crying at the church. And I got him to get quiet by saying that song. But I forgot midway into singing it that he curses in the hook, you know? So I
Yep. Yep.
cursed at the church while singing this. And like the deacon, who's also my father-in-law, was like, yo. And I was like, yo, but he quiet though, you know? And like, and we kind of like, he was like, yeah,
Quiet.
I guess that's the lesser of the two evils right now, you know? But I definitely like said fuck at my son's baptism.
Hmm.
So yeah, my bad. But I think God understood, you know?
Yeah, as long as you ask him for forgiveness, all is well in the land of the oil.
I was in a place to be for it, baby. Brandon, tell people where they can find you at, homie.
Yeah, folks, y'all can follow me at American Collins on all social media platforms, AmericanCollins.com for tickets for upcoming shows, including Drunk Black History, the Juneteenth Brunch Show on Sunday, June 18th at the Bell House in Brooklyn. We're selling in-person and live stream tickets. Again, you can get those at AmericanCollins.com or you can go to DrunkBlackHistory.com. I also have Comedy Outliers, a stand-up comedy showcase I co-host with my homie Mike Brown that we're bringing back for a summer edition at Union Hall, also in Brooklyn. You can get tickets for that at AmericanCollins.com. And then I host a movie review podcast called Medium Popcorn with my homie Justin Brown. I got so many Browns in my life. And that's Rotten Tomatoes accredited. It's a lot of fun. And we tell you whether or not a movie is worth your money. So check that out at mediumpopcorn.com. And thank you
Yeah.
as always, bro, for inviting me onto the show. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Look, he trying to save y'all money. Okay?
Yep.
You don't want to be out there seeing trash. Check him out.
Nope.
Save some bread. Brandon, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate
Of
you.
course.
This has been another War Report bonus edition. Catch y'all next time. Peace.